Marvel, whether in comics, films, or TV series, has built a universe of iconic and captivating characters, and it's almost certain that you have a special connection with at least one of them. You may have a favorite hero, or perhaps several, but it's also possible that you're unfamiliar with some of the deeper, lesser-known characters that will shine in Marvel Rivals. This is one of the most exciting aspects of the game, the opportunity to not only play but also explore characters you've only heard of or seen on screen. Marvel Rivals allows you to experience these stories in a unique way, by directly controlling the heroes and villains you already love or are about to discover. Today, I want to dive into the X-Men within the Marvel Rivals universe. I'll discuss who is already available in the game and which characters might be coming soon, so you can get ready to play as your favorite mutants when they're released. What's fascinating is how the game is constantly evolving, introducing new characters and gameplay options. In the Marvel Rivals beta, we already have some of the most iconic characters. The first ones introduced were Magneto, Storm, and Magik. Before we move on, I want to clarify something. Even though I'll refer to the X-Men throughout this discussion, I'm really talking about all mutants, those who possess the X gene, which gives them special powers. For example, Magik, part of this lineup, isn't officially an X-Men member. She belongs to the New Mutants. So it's important to understand the distinction for those who know the X-Men, but might not be as familiar with the broader mutant universe. Now, the burning question: which of these three characters have you played the most, and which one did you find the most fun? Personally, Storm was the most enjoyable character for me to control. The sensation of using her weather powers on the battlefield is incredible, but I must admit that Magik was the one who surprised me the most. Her portals are incredibly useful, and her combat abilities are devastating. She's absurdly strong, and I can tell you that I lost several matches against her. Magik is a challenge for any opponent, and mastering her abilities in the game is an immersive experience. Unfortunately, I haven't fully mastered her yet, but she's definitely a character worth trying out. Now, let's talk about the character everyone is eagerly awaiting: Deadpool. Wade Wilson, the Merc with a Mouth, is one of Marvel's most popular figures, and according to various rumors circulating among fans, he will soon be part of Marvel Rivals. However, the development team is being very careful about how Deadpool will be introduced into the game. They know he has massive potential, and they don't want to just throw him into the game without proper planning. There's so much that can be done with Deadpool, from skins and hilarious voice lines to a unique gameplay style that reflects his irreverent nature. At the same time, they don't want to miss the right moment to launch him, capitalizing on his popularity. For example, at San Diego Comic-Con, a Deadpool figure from the Marvel Legends line was revealed at the game's booth. This strongly suggests that the character is on his way to Marvel Rivals, and it also hints that a line of collectibles based on the game might be in development. For collectors like me, this is exciting news. I'm already preparing for my wallet to take a hit because the idea of a Marvel Rivals figure collection is too tempting. I want them all! Beyond Deadpool, there are other characters that haven't been officially confirmed yet, but fans believe they'll be arriving soon. Three of the most anticipated are Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Psylocke. Wolverine in particular seems like an inevitable addition. He's one of Marvel's most popular characters, and his fame has only grown thanks to Hugh Jackman's portrayal in the films. Even people who aren't deeply familiar with the X-Men universe recognize Wolverine. He's undoubtedly one of the most iconic figures in pop culture, and it's hard to imagine Marvel Rivals without him. So, it's safe to say that Wolverine will be in the game, and probably sooner than we think. Jean Grey and Psylocke are also practically confirmed to join the roster of playable characters, and I'd bet that if they aren't available at the game's official launch, they'll be introduced shortly after. Another interesting point mentioned during the San Diego Comic-Con panel is that more mutants will be added to the game in the future. This means we can expect characters like Rogue, Gambit, Cyclops, Colossus, and Jubilee. Each of these characters has their own abilities and fighting styles, which will bring even more diversity to the game. Marvel has done an excellent job of integrating its products, connecting stories and characters across different media, and Marvel Rivals will be no exception. A clear example of this is the game Marvel Snap, where in-game events are launched to coincide with movie premieres. So it's almost certain that Marvel Rivals will follow the same path, with themed events, special skins, and new characters being released in sync with other Marvel products. Speaking of skins, let's talk about character customization. One of the coolest things about Marvel Rivals is that you can personalize your heroes with skins from different eras, whether from classic animations, recent ones, or even from the movies. This offers endless options for players. If you thought about Spider-Man, get ready because his skins are going to be incredible. And what's even more interesting is that we're not just talking about changing a character's appearance. Some skins might even bring different versions of the same hero, with unique abilities and gameplay. Imagine, for example, being able to play as Spider-Man Noir, who would have a completely different skill set from the traditional Spider-Man from our universe. This creates a very interesting dynamic in the game, where a single character can have multiple playable variations, each with their own unique characteristics. In addition to characters and skins, we can also expect new locations in the game, meaning maps that are directly inspired by settings from the comics and movies. A near certain example is the Xavier Mansion, the famous school for mutants run by Professor Xavier. This location is iconic and makes perfect sense as a playable map in Marvel Rivals. We still don't know how matches will take place in this scenario, whether inside or outside the mansion, but it's almost certain that exploring this setting will be a unique experience for X-Men fans. Lastly, it's worth mentioning that with every major event the Marvel Rivals team attends, new information is revealed, heightening the excitement for the game's release. And now, with the recent Gamescom event, even more exciting news was shared, including the release of Winter Soldier and Captain America. Every day brings more rumors and updates about Marvel Rivals. If you want to stay informed about all these updates firsthand, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll keep you posted on all the latest news, so don't miss out.